things we said, I think, in a review was your Morris's Wet Dream was one of the things we said.
Nice.
So, I mean, considering that was many years ago, whose Wet Dream would you be now? Who's current and relevant?
I don't know. I cannot. That's not for me to say. That's for a critic to say. I don't know.
Yeah, cool. So, I mean, now, obviously, outside the band, one of the things you've been doing is you've been doing songwriting for other people. Big thing everyone talks about Shakira, but we're more interested in Santi Gold, who you wrote, because she's amazing.
Yeah.
How did you find working with her?
She and I and Switch and John Hill did a song for Christina Aguilera album, and it was really cool. I think it's a great song. It's funny, Aguilera sounds like Santi Gold on it. She sings it very close to how it was written.
Yeah.
And I give Aguilera a lot of credit for having the balls to try new sounds.
Yeah, I mean, what makes you sort of choose someone to work for, a song to work on, an artist that's not the Bravery?
It would be whether they're willing to try something new. If they're willing to, if they're risk takers.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about pop, I mean, a lot of the people at the top of the game are willing to try new things, something different. In fact, they really want to, because there's pressure on them to do something new. Whereas a lesser known pop person, if they did it, it might be dismissed because people aren't ready for it.
Yeah.
People say, I'm not sure how I feel about this, so I'm not going to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone at the top of the game does it, people are much more willing to say, oh, I guess I really like this.
Yeah, I guess it's that whole kind of...
It's very true in hip-hop.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the hip-hop guys, a lot of rap guys are really forward-looking with that.
Yeah, I guess in hip-hop you kind of got to come out each time with a new sound rather than do the same old all the time. Yeah.
Well, the turnover rate is very fast. It's just what's new, what's fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, are there any UK artists you'd work with or would want to?
Oh, I'm sure there's, many. As far as like a pop artist in particular?
Yeah, or any artist in general.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Who in particular, but I mean, there's a lot of great artists.
Yeah, because I mean, the new UK single is going to be "Believe," isn't it?
I believe it's actually not. It's going to be ours.
It's going to be ours.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think that our "Believe" is coming out, but not as a single.
Single, yeah.
I don't think. I think it's like a warm up.
That's very sort of UK sounding. It's like
which "Believe"?
Believe, yeah. Very sort of Blur and the Kaiser Chiefs.
That's cool. You know, I found myself listening to a lot of old Blur.
Yeah.
I love the first Blur album. Particularly the very first one. That's my favorite.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very different than the other ones, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's very Manchester as well.
Yeah.
Very baggy.
It has, bass line, very melodic bass lines and kind of funky guitars, like disco-y guitars, I guess. I like it a lot.
Yeah, cool. So I mean, it's ours as the first single, and that was the Twilight one, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, what is it? I don't know. I'm maybe too old for the Twilight phenomenon because I'm more a Vampire Diaries guy than the Twilight.
Okay.
So it's massive, isn't it? Every band wants to be on it.
Well, I mean, Twilight is just an insane phenomenon, the whole thing. But as far as the soundtracks, that's its own thing. They're a phenomenon unto themselves. There are a lot of people that buy that soundtrack every time it comes out who know nothing about the movies or the books. It's just they know there'll be a lot of good songs on it. And it's an expression now, they call it Twilight Rock. I'll be talking to somebody and say, oh, what kind of band are they? It's like Twilight Rock. Sounds like Twilight Rock kind of thing.
Yeah, because when I think of Twilight, it's like Paramore, isn't it? They do all that.
They were the first, because they had, I believe, on the first Twilight soundtrack, there was a Paramore song that became really huge.
Yeah.
And then the Twilight people made a conscious effort to make the music more unusual, more indie, cooler. And they brought in a music supervisor named Alex Patsavis, who is really great at that. She's really good at choosing music for movies to make it, sort of more forward looking.
Yeah.
And so after the first movie, the soundtracks have changed and have a really big popularity on their own.
That's cool. I noticed on the Vampire Diaries one, they've got a Manchester band called Hertz, are absolutely massive over
Called
here.
what?
Hertz.
Okay.
They're massive in sort of UK, and in Europe, there's a special guest on, say, the X Factor or the Idol programs, but they're a big UK pop, and I thought America surely couldn't have heard of them. So it's a strange phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean, it'll always be, it ranges in big popularity, from Muse, who everybody knows, to bands that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah, it's a sort of the whole thing as well. There's the whole obviously Muse one that I remember coming up on the Facebook. The whole I heard of Muse before Twilight. Is there any old school Bravery fans of I heard of Bravery before?
I don't know. I haven't noticed that. I haven't been aware of that.
Yeah, cool. So I mean, what's next for you guys in the UK after this tour? You coming back later in the year?
Yes, I believe so. We have not been able to release albums here for a number of years, and finally we are on a different label and in a different situation. We've resolved the various legal entanglements that were going on, and so we are putting out an album later this year.
Yeah. What label?
It's called The Sun and the Moon. We're on Parlophone now.
Parlophone.
Yeah.
That's cool. So Sun and the Moon is the third album, isn't it?
It's the second.
Second UK, but is it the second?
It is the second in the States.
Yeah. That's cool. So you've got 3 albums in total, haven't you, out there?
Yeah, and we're in the middle of a 4th right now.
Yeah, that's madness. So when's the 4th one out in the States?
I don't know yet.
Still
probably fall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And is that taking new shape to what we've heard before, or?
Yes, I think, it's a little more optimistic, more romantic. There's love songs on it. I think it's more of a, not to say that it's overly happy, but it's more uplifting, I would say. Yeah. Positive.
Yeah, cool. I mean, does that confuse you when in your head you're thinking of the 4th album, and now you're talking almost like the second UK album, the second American album? And
yeah. I don't even know when the 3rd one's going to come out either. I mean, it's such a clusterfuck. But I love all the songs, and so having them all in random order like this, it's like having, it's like listening to the Bravery on shuffle for me, which I like. It's keeps you on your toes.
I guess when it comes to live shows as well, you've got so many songs you can pick from as well. So it's not hard. I guess is it harder to choose a set, or is it easier? So many songs.
It's harder. I mean, we have it down to a thing where we all agree on every song that's on there. We should really do this song, and then a couple that we change up every night. But if for whatever reason we have to cut a song, like there's a curfew, the time runs out or something, then it's a nightmare. It's like a fight. I mean, we can't spare one of these songs from the set list.
So cool. So cheers, man.
Okay,
that's good.
Great.